Hi, it's Priscilla Clayton here. Today I thought we'd talk about where to find government tenders. So if you're like me and live in Western Australia, we have 3 levels of government: local government, state government and the federal government. Now they all put out tenders. The Western Australian government puts out tenders to the value of about $27 billion every year. And I have no idea how much local government put out, but they put out a whole heap of tenders as well, worth a lot of money, and so do the federal government. So for local government, there is a website called Vendor Panel, and all the local governments in Western Australia actually advertise on that. It's free to search, and they will advertise current tenders on that. So by registering your company details, you'll actually receive alerts beforehand. And so that's one way of getting to know when tenders are coming out. So that's for local government, and that's Vendor Panel. Now with state government, there's something known as Tenders WA. Once again, it's free to search, and I really like this website because not only do we have current tenders on there, we actually have past tenders. So if you want to know what a similar project, what it went for, as in the value of it, who was awarded the tender, you can find that information there. And one thing good about Tenders WA is it tells you about tenders that are coming up 6 months in advance. So what that means is that you're actually able to get your back of house all ready, so that when the tenders advertise, you've got 2 weeks to turn around and put that document together. But by looking at the advance notice section, you can actually have all your back of end stuff all ready, so that when the tenders advertise, you're ready to roll. And finally, we come to the Australian government tender website. It's called AusTenders. Once again, that's also free to search, but they tend to have very large contracts on there. So it'll be things like foreign aid projects, defence, it could be whole of government IT systems, but that's a really huge tenders to look out for if you're into that market. Another way of tapping into that, the larger market with AusTenders, is to belong to something known as ICN Gateway. It's a paid subscription service, and what happens is the larger end of town, the top end of town, who actually apply for these large tenders, they tend to use a lot of subcontractors, and they actually go to ICN Gateway to actually look for potential subcontractors there. So that's ICN Gateway. I'll actually have all this information provided down below so that you can actually access that. I hope you find this useful, and I'll talk to you another time. Bye.